Hello everyone, welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel. I'm just outside of Filthy's here, just doing my post-match reaction now before I forget to do it. We just came here for a pint. We've just been watching, well, it's still on at the moment, Forest against Leicester. Leicester had took the lead, but Forest are now 2-1 in front, so it feels like the Champions League race is going to the wire. But it's a beautiful day here in Toon. Look at it, man, it's gorgeous. Filthy's is the old bamboo, if you've never been to it, by the way. But just got to say, yeah, that was two contrasting halves. Glad to get the win. First half was brilliant, second half not so much. Anyhow, there was rumours before the game that Trippier and Willock were missing. Turned out to be correct. Played a 5-3-2, 5-2-3, sorry, should I say, that worked against Arsenal. So it was Murphy right wing back, Tino left wing back, three centre halves in Botman. Great to see him get his first start in ages. Byrne and Share. Then it was Bruno and Tonali in midfield, and then a front three of Gordon left, Barnes right, and Isak up top. And you know what? It worked first half. I think it caught Chelsea on the hop. I think we were doing it mainly to go man for man and contain Cole Palmer. As I've said before, Cole Palmer is better off the left, Cole Palmer's better off the wing and cutting in. But you know what? I don't think he's done too much. In all honesty, first half, as I said, we were fantastic. I've got to give praise to Jacob Murphy. Yeah, Tino's my man of the match, but Jacob Murphy at wing back was fantastic. First half, I'll just say, not so much second, but yeah, he was getting his tackles in, he was getting forward, doing the overlapping runs, and also off the ball. Not even when he was on the ball, it was so much as that he was tracking his man so much, whether it was to win the ball or just shepherd it out for either a goal kick or back to pole. But second half, yeah, he wasn't as effective, but I'll go into that. But we got the goal early on, Sandro Tonali. It took a couple of bobbles after he hit it to go into the back of the net, but the early goal was key. And the atmosphere of the day was rumored to be would the atmosphere be good, would everyone be up for it? I went straight to the ground. I was going to go for one or two elsewhere beforehand, but short turnaround with it being an early 12 PM kickoff. So went into the ground for about 20 to 11. Got the free token, got a Madry. It was actually dead in that corner of the strawberry. And then got another drink. Atmosphere was absolutely raucous and bouncing. Booing Chelsea when they had the ball. Never seen it that loud in ages after the first goal. So credit to the crowd today, and the held second half, because second half, yeah, it was poor. But just to say, first half, Chelsea didn't really do much. I think they had one shot on target from Cole Palmer, but we contained them well. We had some chances. I always thought Cucurella was a weak point. Look, I know he's won a tournament with Spain, but you can label that at anyone. Just because they won a tournament with a country that they're a good player. But look at Scott Carson at City. He's won trophies. We're doing absolutely nout for them. So yeah, we deserved the lead. In all honesty, we should have got 2 or 3 more, but we're finishing let we're down. But I felt the whole team was good first half. Second half, not so much. I think Eddie Howe realised early on that Sven Botman, it was his first game back in a while. As soon as he took Botman off and brought Maley on, Jacob Murphy wasn't as effective at right wing back, and he really struggled. He was getting forced inside a lot. He couldn't get the width. Eddie Howe realised that, to his credit, early on, and he brought on Emil Kraft. Murphy moved up to right wing, and then he kept Barnes on, brought Gordon off, so we'll move back to a 4-3-3. We'll move back to a 4-3-3 after Botman came off. But yeah, Murphy struggled, and I think he should have brought Kraft on sooner, but he recognised it early on, so credit to him. We dug in second half. Chelsea, I know they went to 10 men. It was a deserved red card. Jackson looked at his man before he elbowed him, so it was a deserved red card. We felt that at the time. I've seen it back. I still stand by that. It was a deserved red. But second half, Chelsea, to the credit that came out, they had chances. At times they had more space than we did. You'd think, were we the team with 10 men other than Chelsea? They got into some good positions, but you know what? Other than the two chances they had, which I'll come to, they didn't really do much. It was moving a lot of it left to right. Again, Cucurella at the end done an absolute hatchet job on Isaac. But then you go to like other chances. I felt the big players stand up in the big moments. Nick Pope with a fantastic save over the bar. I can't remember who it was from. That was a strong handover. A brilliant save from Cucurella. He tried to aim it across Nick Pope in the far corner. So he stood up, and then Bruno as well stood up at the end with that finish. I know it took a deflection, went the far corner, but Bruno did well. The fact that he got in that position anyway, because what let us down second half was with decision making. We were sitting deep a lot. We weren't playing the right passes. Again, it's symptomatic of maybe the first half. We were trying to play it around at the back too much when we shouldn't have done. But yeah, we dug in there. Dan Burn was fantastic. I've got to give him credit. Sven Botman was fantastic that he went off, but it was his first game back in a while. Yeah, Tino Livramento, just I know Chelsea have said they didn't want to let him go. They said he's like Ron Chopper Harris. I didn't see him play, but Tino again just proved why. He's not just one of the best right backs in the country, but he's a fantastic left back, deputising for Lewis Hall. And he was absolutely superb. And yeah, Kraft was a bit solid when he came on. Yeah, Chelsea had a lot of the ball, but we finally got the impetus back a bit. Barnes was poor, first half and second half overall. I felt he should have came off and Gordon should have came on. As Barnes did nothing, like again he couldn't get under control. Chance came to him to Gallagher when he should have shot first time, and he hit his knee, went to keeper. Again, don't get us wrong, I felt he tried, but he was poor the day. And yeah, just happy to get the win. Bruno's shot, yeah, did take a deflection, the loop over Sanchez. Tell it was a deflection because it was going over the bar, and then the dip at the end with the gravity shows it took a deflection. But all that matters is we've got a good win, and we're up to third. We're only a point behind Arsenal. They play in the 4:30 soon against Liverpool at Anfield. Now, Liverpool didn't turn up against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge last week, but as I said in the preview, that's their prerogative. They can do what they like, but I'm just hoping the fact they're at Anfield this afternoon, their fans won't accept it at home to roll over against who were their closest title rivals. So it's optimistic. Whether Forest win, I feel it's going the last game of the season unless we win at Arsenal. Beat them 3 times already this season, so can we beat them? Of course we can. We'll go there, they're out the Champions League, confidence could be on the floor. Substitutions, well I thought Kraft was alright, not brilliant, but he done a job. Lewis Smiley didn't really affect the game, he struggled to get into it. I think his best moment was doing one good tackle on Cole Palmer. But other than that, yeah, Isaac didn't score. But you know what, being in with formation that we were, I felt we caused Chelsea problems. Not only like surprised them with the formation change, but the fact that Isaac was centre, dropping deep, dropping wide, players were like interchanging all over, so it caused Chelsea problems. And we had the ball, especially first half. There's so many numbers flooding the centre midfield, so I had nowhere to go other than wide, and I felt we dealt with them well, the fact that we got a clean sheet. But yeah, I'm happy. Like I said loads of times, all that matters at this point in the season is getting the results. Second half was a frustrating poor watch, but we got the win, that's all that matters. The pressure's on the rest of the teams. Like I said, if Forest win, they win, but take confidence from it. We're third, we're a point behind Arsenal if they lose. Second place is up for grabs at the Emirates next week. And then imagine we can win there, then it all goes into the final game of the season against Everton at home with the pressure off. But if we don't win at Arsenal, then so be it, it goes to the final day. And I just feel we'll have enough home support being at home. And I know Everton have picked up the form recently, they won yesterday, but it's all to play for. So you know what, we're in the driving seat. Will I be disappointed if we don't get Champions League now? Of course I will. Be in third with 2 games to go. We should, but we'll see. But all that matters, we've got the result, we've got a clean sheet, and we've improved the goal difference now to plus 23. Chelsea are down to plus 19 and win the driving seat. But anyway, that's my post-match reaction. Just wanted to do it before I went home later. But thank you so much for watching. As usual, continue to like, comment, share and subscribe. And I'll be back later in the week for my preview for Arsenal. Otherwise, take care. Bye for now.